going. So we're and there it is.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. So multitasking. So can you clean your glasses and run a stream at the same time?
I am. I'm absolutely gonna do this because like I couldn't see shit. I put my glasses on. I was like, man, it's foggy out here.
Oh yeah, it's like I really need to get my glasses changed. I know my prescription has changed, like especially over the last like 2 years. Actually, I'm kind of thinking. The last time I got new glasses was probably like 2.5, 3 years ago. Yeah, I'm a little behind on this.
Yeah, I need mine too.
Yeah.
Good morning, people. It is August 5th, 2024.
Nah, Jesus Christ.
It's Monday.
No. It's like, it really doesn't matter. As a freelancer, it's like the Mondays are Mondays no matter what.
Well, actually, Monday is actually a little bit blur for me now because I have given myself Sundays. Wednesdays and Sundays are the days I'm trying to take off from regular marketing. It's like Wednesdays are my days and Sundays are the Lord's days.
So you try to keep that, right.
Good morning, peoples. Hello, we're coming.
We are. We're on our way.
We don't know what the fuck this is, but whatever it is, I know it will be better than the season finale of House of the Dragon.
Oh no! Was it disappointing or just?
It was so anticlimactic. They didn't give us nothing last night, and now we got to wait 2 years. Talk about edgelords.
Oh wow! Yeah, that is kind of
motherfuckers, and they veered so far from the lore and books. Now it's like, am I even going to give a fucking 2 years?
Probably not.
Probably not. You ready for this?
Absolutely not, but hit it.
All right.
Trigger warning. Fuck you.
Heyo.
Oh, is that the mood or what?
God, so the mood.
Yeah, that really is. So good morning. Oh, hey, Joseph. Hello. And Ruth.
Hello.
And Efrain. Hello. Hello, Allison. Hello. And Rob. Oh, crowded.
This people's in my house.
It's crowded today. Hello. Good morning, everybody, on this unenthusiastic Monday for another edition of the Rachel to the Vlogs show. Whatever the hell this is, we decide to run. I don't know. It's
what it is.
It's what it is. Oh my goodness. So I don't know. I think there's a lot I have to talk about today. So. I guess we might as well just get started because also Efrain is ready to ring that bell. Getting started. And it's like, hello, everyone. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and you know what that means.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, take it somewhere, Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
That will never happen.
No, absolutely not, right? And I am known for the furry fantasy adventure Tall Tales, which returns to Kickstarter later on this year with the first trade paperback of the Tears of the Mother story arc, which collects issues 1 through 4 of this 8-issue limited series. And I am also known for my medieval fantasy drama Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which I am currently in the middle of fulfilling. Thank you, everybody who supported the campaign. You should be getting your book soon if you haven't already. So keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, you can read both my comics online at eagleworks.com, EGOWORKS, and Tall Tales, TAILS online.com. And you can check out all my videos on how I make my comics here on YouTube at my channel at Daphne Lage, Lager, which also simulcasts through the Indie Comics Network.
And launching Friday.
And launching the 19th.
Oh, the 19th. Who's doing the 9th?
Oh, yes. And launching is August 19th is House
Monday.
of Bob, the first furry sketchbook series. It's House of Bob with Mondo Bondo. So it's 2 sketchbooks on one campaign. And I don't know, depending on how the campaign goes, I might squeeze in another sketchbook there. 3 for 1. I don't know. Depends on
It's
depends
a
on how it
threesome.
feels. It's a threesome. We'll have a whole polycule on this.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that is, but it sounds
Right.
exciting.
So link is in the show notes and in the chat as well. And like I said, so Nita, who are you?
Yeah.
Tell the people
My
who
name
you
is Nita Lanning, and I am a freelance marketer. I work for Ethereal Comics, Lone Wolf Comics, Saltera Comics, and other comics and stuff.
are.
And I also happen to have the Google account that runs Indie Comics Network on YouTube.
And where can they find you?
IndieComicsNetwork.com.
It's .com. Got
Woohoo.
And yes, thank you everybody who is joining us in the chat. And yes, I see you, my beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. If you are joining us from Facebook, if you are joining us from LinkedIn, come on over to YouTube, join the sexy people in the chat. And while you're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you get notified whenever any of our shows go live. Although sometimes that notification works and sometimes it doesn't. So you know what?
Yeah,
Luck
I
of the
don't know
draw.
what else today.
Luck of the draw. At least we appreciate all your subscriptions. Also, speaking of subs, I didn't realize that that I have reached 1,040 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I was kind of like, yeah, it doesn't sound like much.
That's a lot of people wanting to see you naked.
Well, the only thing I can do is for them to go to House of Bob to buy a sketchbook. That's all I can offer. So yes, I want to thank the 1,040 people who are subscribed to my channel.
It's white.
And it's like I've been like fixing it. I've been kind of like fixing it up a little bit because did you hear what happened recently?
What happened?
White Manga got his account hacked.
Oh, well, that's what you get for being so big and not 2FA and all that other glorious bullshit.
Well, something, yeah, but it's like, because it's like, I remember seeing something like popping up on my feed, but I wasn't paying attention to it because, like, my brain is all over the place. And then Saturday AM had posted up a thing going that it's like, hey, it's like, this is what's going on. And it turned out that White Manga, who is the creator of Apple Black, it's like he had his thank you, Michael. The ancients appreciate it. But he had his YouTube channel account hacked, and now it's some like bullshit cryptocurrency shit, doing live streams from Trump rallies.
Well,
right?
we had that shit done on the network business page. Like, if you even still to this day, Facebook fought me so long and hard, I threw in the fucking towel and just got myself restricted by reporting their content, which I posted as fucking stolen.
Yeah, it was like real. Yeah, so White Manga, so his channel that he has been growing for years, had like over 500,000 subscribers.
Jesus.
And it's like, imagine waking up one day and seeing someone had just like completely.
Bruh, you know what I think of when it, like, if it came to that, after building that long, I would be like the scene from Game of Thrones where Tommen sees the set blow up and he just takes off his crown, sets it down, walks up to the window and jumps. Like, fuck.
I mean, really, that was, because I was just like, I was horrified. I mean, I'm always, so I don't know. I found the whole thing a little triggering, to tell you the truth, because it's like, wow. It's like, imagine working so hard to build up your audience on social media, right? And then either to have some weirdo billionaire destroy it out from under you,
Right.
or to have some hackers decide that they're going to just take your shit, right?
Look, man, I cannot stress the importance of two-factor authentication to you people, because as somebody who's people try to hack on a regular fucking basis,
Right? Yeah, yeah.
like, and don't just have a backup fucking password. I'm talking, dude, get you 26 keys of random letters, not the fucking words, and fucking symbols and capitalized and lowercase, and save that shit to a USB key. And I mean, it's a pain in the fucking ass, but it's worth it. Like,
you know, I mean,
at least there's only one fucking person who can access my shit. One on the whole fucking planet who can access my shit without my keys, and that's you.
Oh,
not even my husband.
And I don't even know what the keys are.
You don't have to have them because you have the password to get in.
Right.
Now it will make me validate that it's you, or confirm that it's you when I when I see a New York login. I know it's you, and so I approve it. But that's it.
Right.
That's
I
it.
mean, so yeah, so I kind of like got a little paranoid, right? Not that I think that anyone's gonna bother trying to swipe, you know, an
You'd
account.
be surprised.
You know, I mean, because honestly, I kind of think that I don't know. Like, I still think that what happened to the Indie Comics Network business page was a little personal.
Oh, I'm sure.
Sure.
People love me. They love me or they hate me. There's no middle ground.
Right.
There's no one has ever said, "Oh, I'm ambivalent towards Nita."
Right. Yeah. No. You know, and it's like, I still kind of think that's a little personal. Like, I think that under a certain amount, that's like, wow, you're really putting in a lot of effort to do this, right?
Right.
You know, but also it's like those hacking attempts are always like, they seem to be seasonal sometimes too.
Yeah.
Like, I know that, like, especially like the closer it gets to tax time and the holidays, like my Facebook page is constantly sending me, oh, it's like, did you try to reset your password and this, that, and the other thing, and someone's trying to log in, and I'm constantly, and then they just stop. Right. But but it's like, still though, it's like, so, the thing that I find weird is the fact that White Manga is extremely frustrated. It's like, like, here's a guy with 500,000 subscribers, and he can't get anybody to help him.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Like, he has to go to Twitter and bitch to them. Like, he can't get anybody to there's no way for him to easily contact somebody.
At the end of the day, with YouTube, 500,000 ain't shit.
Right. Yeah. It's like, well, you don't look like Mr. Beast.
You're still small potatoes.
Yeah. You don't look like a retarded Paul brother. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't look like them. So, who are you again?
Huh.
But I mean, yeah. And so, so that kind of like made me a little paranoid about, like, so I just I don't know. So I just went to my Rue says, the whole 2FA, take caution and all that. But here's, so out of curiosity, so I went to my channel, kind of like checked everything. Oh, hey Barney, check everything, and then it's like, I kind of realized, he's like, let me look something up. Right? Because, because at least White Manga had, I guess, a big enough audience that people are making videos about this and like tag, and like, I guess, like sending them to YouTube or contacting YouTube. People are reporting the page. But you see, the funny thing is that, like, even when you go to White Manga, it reroutes to Tesla. So it's like, I don't know. It's like this whole weird thing going on where it's like, am I even reporting the right page? What is this? Right. And then I just decided to just type in, like someone had said, I guess, in one of the forums, that's like, oh, it's like, these are master hackers and this, that, and the other thing. Right. And you see, every time I see something like that, Nita, what's the one lesson that you learn from listening to enough true crime podcasts, what's the one thing that you learn?
Never trust a man from a small town. I
Mm,
don't. There's a bunch of lessons I've learned from true
Right.
crime podcasts, and one is don't trust anyone.
Right.
Like
Well,
the quiet ones are dangerous. Like,
well, I'm thinking more of the myth of the brilliant serial killer.
oh,
You know, because there was something, right? Because it's like, because when you know, because law enforcement loves to talk about how brilliant, you know, like all these serial killers are.
Well, that's just because
like,
law enforcement's so stupid. They got to blame it on something. So they're smarter than us.
Right. I mean,
Right.
but in the end, I mean, I'm not even joking. Like, that's pretty much the lesson, that there's actually no serial killers are dumb as fuck. It's just that most of them are. It's just like they get caught by chance most of the time.
Or
right?
they fucking bust themselves because they want to play games and drop clues and they're not fucking smart enough.
Right. And usually the cops, right. And then it's like because usually what it is that they created the myth of the brilliant serial killer to cover up the fact that, you know what, actually police investigations are rather inept. And it's like, and if you listen to enough true crime podcasts, that's kind of, you know, that's kind of what it is.
Right.
You know, that it's like, oh, you know, it's like this serial killer was able to evade police for like 20 years because it's like he's so sneaky and shit. And then it's like you find out, it's like, oh yeah, we found out these prostitutes went missing, but we didn't bother because who gives a shit?
Right.
You know, oh, this was just a 16-year-old girl that went missing. Oh, she probably just ran away.
That's how we were allowed to have two rampant serial killers at the same time here. Derek Todd Lee and the guy that ended up being Don, the other Baton Rouge serial killer.
Right. You know, right. So it's like, you know, so yeah, so they make up this myth about how brilliant they are when really it is just, no, we just don't give a shit until it gets to a point where we can't ignore it anymore. Right.
Well, I mean, prostitutes and people of color is not important. What's important is when the suburban mom with 4 kids gets taken out. Then we're serious about it.
Well, yeah, of course. You know, I mean, yeah, that whole, you know, that's the other thing you learn really quick on, you know, so hacking is kind of the same thing,
right?
You know, because I was like, just out of curiosity, I went down a rabbit hole because that's what we do,
because no one cares until you're important,
right? Yeah, you know, and it's like okay, so it's like, how do people get their shit hacked? You know, how do they lose, you know, their YouTube channels or their Facebook pages? Like, how does that happen, right? And there were some people claiming to be managers, because in the end, you know, you never know if anyone online is anything, but pretty much what I kept seeing is that what usually happens is that it's like if you're if you lost a YouTube channel, that like there's this one guy who said that he managed a bunch of YouTubers, and he said the one common denominator of the ones that got their channels hacked was the fact that they all clicked on links they weren't supposed to.
Oops.
You know, that it's like they either went to shady websites or they didn't pay attention to like sponsorship deals that weren't sponsorship deals, which technically is how they got you, right?
Sort of, yeah.
You know, like they went through, yeah. It's like you know, so it's like they can, just click on this link, check out this document, right? And then all of a sudden they're downloading keyloggers and shit or whatnot, or you're logging with your credentials into a fake link.
Right.
And that's how they get it, right? I think that there was like one massive hack. I forgot what company it was that they were saying, it's like, it's like it's like a crime syndicate, this, that, and the other thing. And then in the end, at the end of the investigation, what they found out was
they were just giving their info to them.
Someone just gave a password to somebody that they weren't supposed to have it.
Yep.
Like they sent an email, hey, we got locked out. Can you send us the password? Yeah. Oh yeah. Here you go. And then that's how they were able to get into the system. right? But you're the one who's supposed to have a you know, the 2FA and the you know, the 17 letter, you know, passwords. You're the one that's supposed to remember all this when their own people in their at their own servers can't be bothered to not fall for phishing emails, right?
Jesus.
So, and, you know, in the end, that's why pretty much I ignore everything. I mean, there really is a benefit for me to ignore everything. You know, I ignore, you know, friend requests. I ignore, like, it just, you know, it's like if I don't know you and you're sending me a text or an email, I don't answer it. I don't look at it. You know, it's like, unless we have a prior relationship already, your shit goes straight to spam. It's like, you know, it's like, look, you know, you have, it's like, really, it's like the people who just come into my DMs and goes, hi, you know, it's like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, nothing, I'm not, you know, and also we spoke about several episodes ago about how Jose almost ended up caught up in something like that, where they faked the profile of this woman who was raising $500,000 in comics Kickstarter, right? And they were contacting him. It's like, oh, let's be friends.
Those are becoming rampant.
Yeah. And, you know, and after a while, it's like, you know, after some digging, it's like, he was like, oh shit, this thing is fake, you know? And then what was really funny was soon afterwards, he got a friend request from Drew Hayes. For those of you who don't know, Drew Hayes, I think, has been dead for like, he's the artist of Poison Elves, and I think he's been dead for like more than 10 years. So because I guess like someone is putting out his Poison Elves collection and the shit's making bank on Kickstarter. So I think what they do is that they just see all the people making all this money on Kickstarter and make fake accounts and then try to like, you know, yeah. HR says, I build and help so many, totally unaware that they sabotage everything around me for years. All they have to, it's like, oh, and it's all because, you know, it's like, oh yeah, they clicked the link they weren't supposed to.
Right.
Like you try to set up their shit. So, you know, I'm not saying this is what happened to White Manga. I'm not saying that this is what happened. But the thing is, though, is that they say that most of the time, yeah, it's not some, oh my God, this crime syndicate, you know, that it's like out to get you and shit like that. It's like, no, it's just you fell for a phishing password.
You fucked up.
Yeah, you fell for a phishing link or you went to a fishy site, you know, and, you know, you wanted to download some bootleg games or something.
You wanted to download the porns.
Yeah, exactly. You wanted to, you know, it's like you get mad because those bitches on OnlyFans expect you to pay. So you go to, you know, a bootleg site, and now you have more viruses on your on your computer than the OnlyFans girls.
Hey, now.
No, that was me. That was me. That was me.
I love my OnlyFans girl.
Yeah, you know, yeah. I mean, you know, it's, you know, it's. We all know it's actually RedTube. We all know it's there. All the viruses are there.
It's the only place you can get herpes, scabies, and rabies in one bag.
No, it's like, look, the OnlyFans girls, they have to hustle just as hard as everybody else. You know, like I said, I learned my lesson that one New York Comic Con that I was no, for real, Lou. I mean, that's also a whole other issue. That
thank you.
Well, that's true. Yes,
Michael.
Yes, the OnlyFans girls are more likely to be vaccinated. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so I was just like, so I was kind of like on a YouTube kick yesterday because of that, right? So I was just, so what I started doing is I started backing up my videos from my YouTube channel,
right?
You know, and it's like, and what's funny is that I know, look, I'm always like, technically I have I have just over 600 videos on YouTube. But my actual edited videos is only 250. So backing it up is actually not that not that difficult. It's like I've been kind of like categorizing them by year, and it's like it's just really easy. That's like just like, oh, download, and then it's like I number them in order of upload, and then I'm just putting them away. Like I said, it's not that I'm concerned about losing my YouTube channel, but I really wouldn't want to lose the video. I mean, even though these videos are cringe as fuck. Like,
sure.
so I mean, they're old videos, you know, when I was like trying to figure out how to do this shit. And look, even the more recent ones, it's like, oh my God, it's like, I never really got the hang of doing edited videos.
I don't know. I like going back and watching the old ones. You still had that sparkle in your eye.
You know, yeah,
like,
before I
Disney
got
Comics
old.
is great. It's like,
Yeah,
no, fuck it.
it is. Yeah, I know, really. You know, it's like, I guess that's why I like live streams better, because it's like, I think that because I'll rewatch our live streams, you know.
I can't.
Yeah, no, I'll rewatch that. I have no problem.
I can't. This
rewatching.
is cringe. This
My
is cringe
old
now.
my actual edited videos though are cringe as fuck.
Are you kidding me?
You know, yeah, I just never got the hang of it. You know, even though technically YouTube prefers those videos, and they obviously have more, well, I mean, they certainly have more longevity than the streams, because my older videos are always the most popular.
Right.
It's, I've never seen a stream pop up, you know, as like, oh, this is really popular. So, you know, but I'm just backing my stuff. I haven't decided if I want to back up the streams yet. I guess it depends on how I'm feeling, you know, because I don't know. I guess the streams are so easy to make. I don't feel like I'm losing anything.
No. And half the time it's nonsense.
Right. Yeah. And it's like nothing. It's not really like evergreen content sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm just like backing up my stuff. And you know, and I realized that it's like, yeah, I just never got the hang of it. Although as much as I do like YouTube as a platform, it's like doing what YouTube wants me to do on it as a platform is something I'm not interested in.
YouTube don't tell us what to do.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
you're not my real dad.
The edited stuff, like, oh God, if there was just a way for me to kind of like just do like a 10-minute stream talking about one topic and then calling it a day, and that's the video. Maybe I'd be able to make more content but the thing is that that's stupid, because I do streams 3 times a week. So it's like, why would I want to add that extra shit in? Right? Because the streams is the only thing that I've been consistent with. Like, I literally have like 1 year where I only did 1 video for the entire year.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's just, I think it might have been 2019. Either 2019 or 2020. That it's like there was only 1 video for me to download. You know, and I'm like, well, holy shit, like this is like that's how serious I was taking
what that's like.
You know, I mean, so it's like, yeah, it's only when I started doing the streams that I became more consistent on YouTube as a platform, you know, and I don't know, it's just because in the end, right, it's all about do the thing that you're that you actually will do, right? When it comes to social media. It's like, because if you're not the type to make videos, it's like, that's why I don't do shit like TikTok and Instagram. I hate doing reels. You know, I really like, I tried it for a little bit and I could never get enough interest to do the short form videos to make it consistent. It was just like, oh, this is such a pain. It's like, you know, it's like, it's the type of thing where it's like I have to see some kind of return on it really quickly in order to make it kind of force and even then it's like TikTok could be the thing that could sell my books, but I just won't do it because it's just like, it's effort I don't want to put into it, you know. And and it's like, and that's kind of the thing you kind of have to like come to terms with sometimes, that it's like, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it regardless.
Right.
You know, it could be like, oh, if you don't do TikTok, you're not going to make it. And I go, well, then I guess I just
Yep.
make it then. You know, because it's like, you know, at least with doing the YouTube videos, I was kind of learning how to edit, you know, and how to like put together videos and create videos. But it didn't, although there are some times that I kind of regret not really getting into it. I mean, I just really, to have a camera constantly going, like I watch these videos of these women who run their own small businesses selling stationery goods and stuff like that. And the way they have to constantly interrupt their days to get content.
Right.
You know, it's like literally like they have a camera, like they're at their desk and there's a camera.
But those
constantly
creators, that's
recording.
their fucking jobs, because
Yeah.
that in itself is a fucking job.
job.
Just to, yeah, like there's like
Yeah.
I would not be able to work and produce those kind of videos.
No.
There's no fucking way. My
no,
day would be consumed. I'd have to
Right.
pick one or the other.
Right. It's like, yeah, and that's
And
why,
marketing pays more than YouTube.
you know, well, you know, true. Right. You know, but to have to be constantly on, you know what I
Right.
mean? And
Yeah,
then
no,
it's like
it's
there ends up
exhausting.
like kind of like this weird thing where it's like, yeah, it's like you're constantly on camera, and everything you do has to be constantly like aesthetic
Right.
to whatever it is you're doing. Like it almost drives me crazy as to how some of these creators, they're like so obsessed with aesthetic, you know, that it's like, oh my God, it's like you can actually see them kind of getting in their own way.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's just, yeah. So it's like, nah, you know what? It's like, look, it's like, yeah, when I redid this office, that I set it up to look a certain way on the screen right now. Like we're literally the paint that I chose, the curtains that I chose, you know, how many carpets I have on the floor, you know, because I didn't put like that foam on the walls. So it's like, okay, let's just put a carpet on the floor. Like everything you see here is deliberate. Right. Even when I bought that new shelf right here, you know, it's like the entire time I'm setting it up, it's like, how does it look on camera? Right. But they, like I said, it's like, but usually what I want to do is get it set up and then leave it. Like
you got a life and work to do.
I have good intentions to record my art process for videos, but I forget because I get into the drawing. Yeah, me too. I mean, it's like Clip Studio can record the shit for you, but I can't even be bothered to turn that on. You know, it's kind of like my poor little.
I'm too goddamn busy.
Right. My poor little robot vacuum that I keep forgetting to turn on. You know, it's like, oh, I have this vacuum. I can be constantly vacuuming. I have a machine to vacuum, but I keep just like, oh, I keep forgetting to press that button. You know, it's like, you know, I mean, because for those, before anybody mentions it, he's not on a schedule on the Wi-Fi because for some reason I can't get him to connect to the Wi-Fi and put him on a schedule. So he doesn't turn on until I press the button. He's all manual.
He doesn't turn on. Oh shit.
I have to press the button.
Yeah. He has to be manually turned on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. But so yeah, so worrying about my YouTube channel, right?
Right.
So, you know, so it's like, so I said, just clean it up a bit. Here's something. So one of the things, so with my old video before, I have all these playlists trying to organize everything, right?
Oh yeah.
Now I'm just thinking, you know what? Should I just make a playlist by year and just leave it at that?
I wouldn't even bother that.
You know?
Like it's to the point I've learned that less is more.
Right.
I swear to God.
Yeah, that's
like
what
when
I
I
did.
was being tedious and meticulous and fucking making individual playlists for individual shows for every fucking stream we had, we were actually getting less views and lower watch time. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't have time for this shit. And I just focused on the shit that I'm directly involved in producing. It was like, oh, wow, okay, everything picked up.
Right. Yeah. So, because I have a backup channel, right? That right now, the only thing I have there is just the Kickstarter trailers. But it's like, I just have it there just to have a backup, not necessarily. I mean, I think it's been so long since I edited it that it won't let me do any real editing on it. I can upload and edit the individual videos, but I can't do anything else. I can't change my icon. I can't put a banner in. Like whenever I go to customize, like it'll show me the tabs to customize, but everything's blank. So I don't know if that's something on my end, because I haven't been able to find any information. So I probably think it's because it's practically, it's just like I said, I don't do anything with it. But it's like I don't even think it's even visible online, because I can't even change the name. I can't customize the name.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going on there. Because but
maybe it needs to be updated, or you have to agree to something new.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for yesterday. But in the end, it's like, well, it's like, look, it's like whatever. I don't know. It's like I didn't want to get too wrapped up in it. So, like I said, I went to my so I just went back to my main page, my main YouTube, and I was just like cleaning it up a bit. So what I did was I put my audiobooks and the video comic in one playlist. I put the vlogs, I put my live stream, whatever the most popular videos are, and then maybe some interview videos, like if I was on like another show or something.
Right.
And then I left it at that.
Right.
Like if you want to look for my older videos, you go to the videos tab. I don't need to have everything. I don't have to have all these playlists on my front page. The same thing. There's a tab just for playlists.
Right.
So it's like, if you really care that much, go to the playlist tab already. It's already there. And then it's like, that whole like minimizing the amount of maintenance I need to do. Right? Like in the end, it's like, okay, what do I care about my YouTube channel? Well, it's like, I want to put up the more audiobooks. So I put that there, right? The vlogs, of course, my live stream, and then maybe if I'm on someone else's show, and that's it on the front page. It's like, do I really need everything else? No, I didn't. So I don't know. So yeah, so that this whole thing with White Manga being hacked, kind of like, well, they probably should clean it up anyway. But yeah, it's like, it's like if you really do depend on, well, we kind of all depend on social media. So I guess I don't know. I guess the moral of the story is just make sure that you have everything 2FA'd and that you're not clicking links you're not supposed to. Because one guy was saying that's like, because a lot of big YouTubers are getting hacked, especially lately. Yep. And another guy was saying that's probably because like sponsorship revenue is down across the board. So everyone is kind of like clicking on all these sponsorship links without thinking about it because they're kind of like desperate. And he says that's probably why a lot of them are kind of ending up. Like I said, I'm not saying it's what happened to White Manga. I don't know what happened to White Manga. I just know that his page is gone.
He's what prompted the search.
Yeah, exactly. So so everybody just be careful out there. The shady ass people, but also don't get caught up in your own shady ass behavior either.
Right.
That you end up playing yourself. Also, another thing that this question I actually wanted to ask Nita, but I'll wait. We'll wait till she gets back, though, right? So the other thing that because the way I like to think about my YouTube channel is that it's a commercial for what I do. Every video, that's why I really don't delete videos. It's like, even though they're old, they still get traction. I just have to make sure that all my links are current in them. Because like, if you kind of think that every video, every stream, is a commercial, right? It kind of makes them less painful to make. But like I said, streams are so much easier for me to do anyway. So House of Bob, right? So we have House of Bob coming up. Like I said, August 19th, we have the 2 sketchbooks going up on Kickstarter. Link is in the show notes and in the chat, right? So I started posting about it today, and I was about to go to my usual groups when, because out of habit, right? When I realized that I'm not sure if I should be doing that for this campaign. Because it is a sketchbook. It's not a comic, although people know me for comics, but the sketchbooks themselves are not comic related. But I was really hesitant to post them in comics related groups. I tried to just stick with more like the more generic promotional ones that maybe that they would be more open to sketchbooks. It's still art related, but it's not comic book specific.
Well, they are.
And I'm just kind of like, well, okay, to kind of preface this, right? So the whole thing with marketing, I'm sure frustrates a lot of us, right? And there was one thing that Jose had said that I found funny but it still sticks in my head. It's like, you don't do a TNA book and then call yourself a marketing genius.
Right.
Like the shit sells itself. It's like,
within reason.
Within reason, right? I mean, but the thing is, though, is that, do you
are learning, you can't slap titties on a cover and expect the 10K campaign. We're learning right now. It used to be, it was that easy. Not anymore.
That's what Jose was. It's like, that people were doing TNA books, and then like, oh, you see, marketing is easy. It's like, no, you're just selling something that doesn't be sold. It's kind of like being told, oh, I don't understand how selling comics is hard. I used to sell beer all the time without a problem. And it's like, you're selling how are you comparing beer to comics? Do you need to advertise selling beer? I mean, sure. I mean, if you're the big companies, but I mean, a bodega doesn't have to really, well, actually, okay, maybe that's not a good analogy, because you go to a bodega and they do have advertising for beer, but you know what? You didn't need to be convinced you wanted beer.
And chances are, if that's what you bought, you were going for it anyway.
Right? They're just showing you what choices you have. In the end, the advertising is for the choices you have. But when it comes to beer is just beer. It's kind of like, oh, I used to sell Drive for Coca-Cola. And it's like, I never had a problem. It's like, yeah, it's fucking Coca-Cola. You don't need to convince anybody to buy Coca-Cola. It's like they've already made up their mind,
Right.
Now, if you were selling Pepsi, that's another issue. If you were selling Pepsi, maybe you have to try a little bit harder. I'd like to have a Coke, please. Oh, we only have Pepsi. Is that okay? No, it is not. No, it is absolutely not okay.
Water.
I'll have a gin and tonic.
Quickly.
Yeah, so so yeah, you don't, so with, so TNA comics is kind of like the same thing. It's like, it's not like you have to, like people already know they're going to buy shit like that. They just have the choice of which ones they're going to buy from. Right. I don't know if that has anything to do with the House of Bob sketchbook though. But the thing is though, is that it was just a funny thing that Jose said, and I just had to say it, I guess. But, I just had to kind of like stop and think about, oh, wait, now that's like, yeah, because usually I wait until the beginning of the month to start really promoting a pre-launch, because I don't want to, but then it's like, now it's like going, oh, I maybe I should have thought this out a little bit more, because it's like, okay, what's the difference between a sketchbook and a comic book? It's like this is definitely not the same audience. So should I be advertising to the same audience? And now I don't know who the audience is for this.
Right.
And I'm kind of stuck. And I'm kind of like in a pickle right now. Not that I'm expecting gangbusters from this campaign. Not at all. It's like, look, if it makes it to 2,000, I'll be happy. And that's if I'm lucky, especially with the way everything's going. But the thing is though, it's like, it's like, sure, it's like I could look at all my numbers from all my previous campaigns, but even the very first sketchbooks, I can't really base it on that because that was back in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think like the first real raunchy House of Bob sketchbook, I did it, I think like early 2020. I don't remember. It's, you know, it was very early on. So it's like, so that audience, I don't know. It's like, granted, it's like I think I made like $2,000 off of like 30 people, I guess, but I was selling a lot of commissions too, you know, and that's also what's also in this campaign is a lot of commissions.
Right.
So, that's also hopefully give the campaign a little bit of an edge, but now it's like I can't use the numbers to any of my comics to gauge anything for this sketchbook. So I'm kind of like, you know, and even then for me saying it's like, oh, maybe I'll make 2,000. That's me pulling a number out of my ass for this book.
Right.
You know, at this point. So like, how do I even kind of like think of this campaign now that I've just thoroughly confused myself with?
We don't. We roll with it. It's something new. It's been so long. It's brand new.
Right. Yeah.
There's no. This is the first drop of science. Like this is exhibit A.
Right.
We're starting fresh.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, really, because that's like, you know, yeah, because it's wow. You know, because it's like you would think that a sketchbook, you know, it's kind of, I don't know, it's because you would think that it's not that different of a product. It's not like I'm trying to sell like you know, like a plush animal or an action figure or something,
right?
Where that's
like that, where
that's like a completely, you know, no offense, Rob, I did buy your plushies.
Oh yeah, well, no, and I'm talking about at this level because we don't know where you're starting from. It's
right,
completely fucking different.
No, I want your plushies.
Following.
Send me your plushies.
Yeah, no, that's different. People are invested in his characters already.
Right, yeah. You know, and yeah, you see, and that's kind of like the thing is that it's like for this, yeah, I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, it's not like, you know, where it's kind of like the product is a little left field, but at the same time, it kind of is because it is different. It's a sketchbook, but it's not a sketchbook based on Tall Tales. It's not a sketchbook based on Eagle Raven. It's my furry, just more generic furry artwork. And it's like, oh, great. It's a whole completely different audience. Like we always talked about, you know, it's like Eagle Raven has a separate audience from Tall Tales. Tall Tales has a separate audience from Oswald.
Right.
And we only have like an 8% overlap on those three books, even though superficially they're the same thing. But now it's like, okay, I have House of Bob. And I mean, what's funny was that before it got nuked into oblivion, that was kind of the purpose of the House of Bob podcast. Was to kind of like try to build an audience up to the release of the campaign, but we had no control over what eventually happened. Yeah. We had to, you know, I guess
thanked us really, really hard, harder than we like.
Yeah, exactly. We flew a little too close to the sun there, and yeah, so it's like, so that plan to use a dedicated stream to promote the sketchbook kind of evaporated. You know, those were you know what, if there were videos I regret us not saving is those. Yeah. Those were some really good videos.
Yeah, they were.
There was like I missed there was two of them especially that stood out. The Sex and Comics episode was really good, and our episode with Max, Max DeVille, you know, Mary Machine Gun. Those were the two because Max really got into. He got really into the show, and especially with the piece, like I cannot not associate the piece that I did for that show with Max anymore. Like every time I see that piece, I always think of Max now. because he was so he was just like so involved in us, like sitting there going, oh, why don't you do this and do that? And it was like, maybe you should try this color or that color. And, it was just like really, really fun. Those two episodes, especially, I kind of regret us not saving, but I mean, it happened so quickly. And we were so afraid that YouTube was going to look in this direction at this channel that we just had to kind of like clear it all out within minutes of us getting the initial email.
That was so bad.
Yeah, that was very stressful. That's
the closest I've ever come to tears over something.
No, yeah, because we were both afraid we were going to lose the channel. And then I had to delete it from my channel in case they were tracing where the videos were going. And so also that just goes to prove you don't need a hacker to lose your account. Because also, selection your finest spicy content.
And they just took it away.
They took it away. But hello. Because that kind of happened to you this weekend, didn't it? Because you ended up in the Nita Lanning wing.
I did.
Again,
I did. Okay, so like I've kind of been. Y'all know I take my chances on social media and I post risky content and whatever.
Right, but I thought you had a pattern down. I thought that
I still do. I still do, but I'm going to be extra cautious right now. So if y'all want uncensored, go to my Twitter account at Nita Lanning. Because Facebook is hot right now, and I kind of like, even though I said I'd never do this, I kind of enjoy the money that they pay me. So I don't want to be. I don't want to be demonetized. So I'm gonna obey the rules until my warnings are cleared up right now. But yeah, I posted a piece of art that I forgot to go back and censor within a certain time frame, and
what happened?
Yeah, and they came and they got me for they came and got me for some distribution of pornographies. And
it was a Milo Manara piece that got. I mean,
but what's crazy is it wouldn't have gotten me a ban if it wasn't for that stupid ass condom meme. There's a meme about Trojan recycling and removing condoms to be environmentally friendly, and I shared that fucking meme, and the fact checkers came in and flagged it, and then that put a ban on my that put a warning on my account. So they went back and found an old Milo Manara piece because it triggered them to flip through my account with certain body parts exposed.
Right.
And they came in and they were like, all right, now you're getting a restriction. You fuck with us again and we're going to delete your account.
Right. Yeah, that was not.
So my identical twin sister, who happens to market for the same company as I do, her name is Juanita Lanning, is also on Facebook. So if you guys are hearing this, you might want to follow my identical twin sister.
Right. Yeah. Because she might be more responsible. She might be the more responsible one,
or at least have the longevity on the account.
Right. Oh my god. So sometimes we can be our own worst. Although honestly, if there was a piece that was going to take you down, it had to be a Milo Manara.
So sexy.
Yeah. Because the second you said Milo Manara, I was like, oh. Oh yeah.
It was hot. It was too hot not to share. The world needed this.
Yeah,
and they got it for 128 days until Facebook said, fuck you, bitch.
Right, yeah.
In the middle of a live stream at that. Like, they just
that's true,
off. I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah, like all of a sudden we saw Facebook disappear from where, it was on Monday. It was on Friday.
Yeah, it was Friday. And let me tell you something. And what was so sad is there's just so much controversial shit and so many great memes the next day that it was like the most miserable time to have to be quiet on Facebook. I couldn't say shit. I couldn't be.
Now, mind you, Nita privately shares the memes with me that she does not put on Facebook. If you think the
Yeah,
memes
no.
she posts are insane, you should see the ones that don't make it.
Or not.
Yeah, maybe
Or
don't.
not.
Yeah,
Maybe
don't see the ones that you don't want to
maybe
see the
don't
ones that
see
didn't
those.
make it. Yeah, those were more, you know.
Yeah, shit. I would
You
be
know.
banned already.
You know,
I
yeah,
behave on Facebook. I do.
yeah, but the thing is, though, it's like the problem is that sometimes they're a little bit schizophrenic with what.
Right.
So it's like, so how do you even know?
Okay, the nudity. Okay, yes, there was there. Okay, so here's the deal regarding nudity: is if breasts can be exposed in art if they're not sexualized.
Right,
Now, who determines whether or not it's being sexualized or not is whoever actually looks at it once the bot's flaggy.
right,
So there's no fair,
right,
but I do know that cupping of breasts are prohibited.
right,
And she happened to be touching her breasts.
Right.
One of them anyway.
Right,
The other was just free and waving about.
right,
But,
yeah,
but one of them, she was touching a little bit. So I knew that one was going to be a problem,
right,
but I took care of it later.
right. But that's kind of like, I mean, yeah.
But what kills me is that even still would have been a warning. But the fucking used and relubed condoms.
I kind of wonder
meme.
if Trojan kind of like pushed that, to kind of like kill that meme because it's it's like
because it specified the Trojan brand instead of just saying used and relubed condoms. Maybe.
Right. Yeah, that specified them. Yeah.
I really don't know. All I know is the meme was fucking hilarious.
Right. Let me look at something really quick.
Let me see if I can pull it up. I'm actually going to see if I can share it.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Where's my downloads at?
Well, I mean, no. It's like I don't want to. Oh my goodness! Well, I do see the Trojan pre-owned. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Now, there's nothing in the news recently about.
Like they would have to make a
it's on Reuters. Oh, it made Reuters. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Yeah, hold on. Reuters. Okay, so it's on. Yeah, it's Reuters. Hold on. Let's see that. All these fucking ads. Yeah. Hold on. Let me. So it might be something that's going around. Cause can I even share that? Oh, right. That's share screen. Okay, hold on.
I'll grab it.
No, I got it. It. So, oh my God, these ads on Reuters. So yeah, Trojan is not selling pre-owned condoms.
Did you really have to be told that? I mean, the whole purpose is like, you stupid fuck.
Right. It's like a meme photo of a box of triple washed and sanitized condoms for sale from Trojan has been digitally altered. The pre-owned condom photo is the creation of Adam Padilla. Oh, didn't he used to be on MTV? Mm-hmm. The picture was posted to Twitter it's like, that's how old this shit is. February 14th, 2020. The post has transitioned from Twitter and is currently causing a stir on social media, with some users questioning its authenticity.
So people are really that dumb.
Yeah. So
I just thought Facebook thought they were that dumb. But
right.
They really
but
are.
It seems like that's been going around since 2020, and I guess Reuters had to step in. Actually, I find it really funny that Reuters is
whatever.
So it's along with AP, because those are pretty much the two news sites that I follow, AP and Reuters. Because they're the news organizations where pretty much everybody else buys their news from. So usually these two websites are probably the best websites to kind of like get to the bottom of the story, because they'll just have like this source story, and then depending on who buys it from them, all the adjectives start getting added to the story. So I just found it funny how they started doing their own fact check now, kind of like Snopes, like their own little Snopes section in Reuters. Like whenever one of these stories pops up, it's like fact check now, like Snopes. So it's just
I'll tell you what, Red Bull does in fact not give you wings.
No, it does. It just gives me heart palpitations.
It does give me heart palpitations, especially with vodka.
Right. Yes.
Like,
I mean, look, my sister told me it was the caffeine probably that did it for me. That's like, yeah, because the caffeine is through the roof there, and I don't drink caffeine like that. So just a little sip, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm having a heart attack.
Yeah, I feel like I could,
right.
I could fly, but I don't have wings. So when I jumped, I just fell, and I was really upset about this.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So
they really need to have the fact checkers get into that.
Right. Yeah.
Fucking
yeah, fact checking and advertising and the actual advertising is a little bit different, right? You know, yeah. So yeah, so we're trying to. So Nita's trying not to get banned from Facebook.
Only because I want Zuckerberg's money.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, God, it's because also this whole thing too kind of like makes me rethink my website again. Like I'm still working on Jose's website because I accidentally deleted it. So I'm building it back up from scratch. And I was supposed to do a simple update. What was supposed to be a simple update.
Yeah, that didn't work in your favor.
No, it did not. And but the thing is, though, it's like the whole thing about having our own store. Well, we do kind of have our own store, but like I don't know. It's like, you know what? I think that the internet is just a different animal than when we kind of started being on it, and it's like. Doing things yourselves on your own website is just kind of like not as simple as it was.
And certainly doesn't garner the attention it once did.
Right.
It's so easy to get somebody. You could just throw that fucking link. What's your website? www. And people were fucking typing that shit to go. Now, even if
are you on Facebook?
Right there. Yeah.
Are you on Instagram? It's like they only want to know your social media handle.
Right.
Like, oh, your website, like the website's the last thing they go to. And it's like, and it's like, and it's like, imagine, it's like you lose your Facebook, he lost his YouTube channel, and it's like, I don't know. There just really just comes a point where it's like, I just want to say, oh, fuck it. It's like,
it's so dumb.
It really is. It really is. I mean, you got anything else you want to mention or anything? Because I think
okay. So like Ethereal Comics has If It Hops, that's going to be closing soon. That's an anthropomorphic bunny cop drama. Rob is in the final days of his Lone Wolf, his plushie campaign for his Lone Wolf Pups children's book. But also these little plushies that he's doing right now correspond with the Lone Wolf series, so be sure to check that out.
Right.
And then all the previous mentioned, Mal is in pre-launch from Solterra Comics, so just like follow me on Facebook, click those links, show me some love, because since I'm back from my ban, my engagement is nil, yo.
Right. Yeah.
I build my shit back up. Any love would be appreciated. Anything. Please just can you spare a like?
She just came out of Facebook jail. She just came out of the Joliet.
Yeah, I just got out in jail and nobody's wanting to talk to me like I did something wrong.
Right, yeah.
She's getting buried and it fucking sucks to watch your fucking analytics go from a reach of 8 million to 800,000 overnight.
That's nobody. Nobody's saying anything.
So please show me some love.
Yeah. Also,
and follow me on Twitter because I'm a complete whore over there.
Oh yes, that's true. Yes, if you want to see all the uncensored images, it's on Twitter.
Yep.
So also you can check out the Oswald Chronicles When Tender Souls Mourn issues 1 and 2. It is on Kickstarter right now. I think it still has I think like 20 days to go. It is the latest Oswald Chronicles. So I think that this is a 2-issue series. So I'm pretty sure it's 2 issues.
It's 1 and 2, yeah.
Yeah. So, link is in the show notes and in the chat. Also on pre-launch, we also have by JD Calderon, we have Dreamweavers issue 1, a paranormal superhero urban fantasy. This was a book that we originally worked on back in those, those early 90 days, and it's remastered, recolored. It looks really awesome. Matthew's artwork looks even better now colored. And if you really, really enjoy that 80s, 90s anime style, you're going to really enjoy this book. It has all those vibes in it. So Dreamweavers issue 1, paranormal superhero urban fantasy on Kickstarter on pre-launch. I think that's good. This is going to launch after Oswald closes. So make sure you hit that notify me button so you get notified, because Jose is absolutely feral and will just press that button whenever he feels like it. It could be 9 in the morning. It could be at 2 in the morning. It could be at 11 o'clock at night. Whenever he just decides, he could be at work and says, you know what, I'm going to launch my campaign, because there's no stopping him. So yes. So link is in the chat and in the show notes. So yeah, and also remember House of Bob, in case you missed it. House of Bob, Mondo Bondo, the furry pinup art collections, 2 sketchbooks on 1 campaign on Kickstarter on pre-launch right now. And and I'm kind of liking that the pre-launch pages now allows us to put more information and more sample artwork.
Kind of digging it.
There. So if you want to see, like some sample pages to the sketchbook, it's all on the pre-launch now. So you get a better sense of whether you want to support it or not without having to wait for the campaign. But make sure you hit that notify me button anyway, so that when August 19th hits, we're going to go live and you're going to get that notification that we went live, so you don't miss anything. So so that's pretty much it for me. How about you, Nita?
I'm good.
Yeah, I
got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I have to go to the post office and drop off the next batch of Eagle Raven books. I wanted to do that before the show, but the problem is it is so disgustingly muggy out there. Like each time I've gone outside, I've just been absolutely drenched, and I didn't want to get like that before the show. Just be all gross.
You didn't want to be all sweaty and be like,
yeah, it's like I didn't want to. Look. It's like I was so worried I was going to be like. I even had an extra fan with me, just in case. But the temperatures kind of stayed pretty good in the office, so I'm gonna have to close the shade to keep as much of the sun out as possible, as much as I can in here. It's like a greenhouse, but at least that worked. So so that's it for me. That's it for Nita. Thank you everybody for joining us in the chat. Like I said, on this rather lackluster Monday morning. And thank you so much to our beautiful eyeball people watching us from regions beyond. Thank you so much. I hope, especially those of you who aren't supposed to be listening to us while you're at work. We know you're sneaking us in there somewhere. So, so remember, so just because they tell you not to doesn't mean you have to. So, we're all free peoples here. So thank you so much for joining us. And if you want to know more about me and my artwork and my campaigns coming up, if I didn't talk about them enough already, you can head on over to my main portfolio site at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, where you can find links to all of my galleries and social media sites. But I mostly post to Facebook if you're interested in seeing sketches and current work in progress updates. And you can also catch me here on YouTube at my own channel at Daphne Lage, Lage Art, for all my videos and my semi-weekly art live streams Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. It's a 2-hour draw stream where I'm usually just working on something and having conversations with the chat. Very free form, very chill. It's like being at a convention without you having to worry about if you're blocking the table or not. So that's on Wednesdays, and every other Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And you can also read Ego Raven, Air the First Unicorn, for free, uploading every day, Monday through Friday. But if you prefer your fantasy to be more of a furry Lord of the Rings adventure, so you can catch up on the story before it goes, the first trade paperback goes live later on this year, you can follow the link over to Tall Tales Online. And not only can you read the first 20 issues of Tall Tales for free, but you can catch up on the latest story arc, Tears of the Mother, which is also currently uploading Monday through Friday. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And yeah, and it's like, watch out for that humidity outside. It's awful. It's very moist. It's too moist. We don't like, the outside is not supposed to be moist like this.
It's supposed to be only moist on the inside, right?
Well, And in the words of the ancients, eat your food, moisturize, mind your business, and do the work. Because when you actually do your work, you never have to fake any of your accomplishments. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.